Yeah, we good. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? I see us live. You see us live there?
Not yet, no.
Hmm.
Let's see, it says streaming started.
It says streaming started here. And you're on IG. You don't see us live.
Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah, I see us on LinkedIn. We good? We're recording it. Yeah, it says it's streaming, bro. My live is not working on Instagram. I don't know why, but yours is. Facebook is live. Instagram is live. I gotta get my Instagram fixed. It's all good. Let's
All
get
right,
it.
cool. All right, sounds good.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, everybody, how's everybody doing?
Hope
Hope all is
everybody's
well.
having a productive day, profitable. Uh, the lighting, man, unbelievable. Anyway, what's good, everyone? Hope everybody's enjoying their week and crushing it. Here with my boy Leonard, and here to just give it back, man. It's all about giving it back. And today, we wanted to speak about men of color and asking for help, and
Yeah.
why there's such a problem with it, and there's struggle with that as well. Um, Man, I remember not wanting to ask for help when I was going through what I was going through, and just the shame, the ego takes a hit, embarrassed. Uh, it was just something we didn't do. If we asked for help, we looked like it showed weakness back then. And I think a lot of it comes from men aren't supposed to cry, men aren't supposed to ask for help, men are supposed to figure it out. And I think that limited belief kind of stems through adulthood, because back then, if you were a man asking for help, you were looked at as weak, and it's so the opposite. And I learned that, when I did ask for help, man, the help that came with it, and to be able to transform my life. If I never asked for help, I would have never been able to have that transformational moment. If I never stood up and said, you know what, yeah, I can't do this shit on my own, because I tried so many times to do it on my own. That goes with men of color that are going through substance abuse, men of color that are going through entrepreneurship. It's a struggle, and it continues to be a struggle. And I think it stems from the upbringing, and what goes on out there, and what gets brought up if you ask for help, how weak you are, and it's so the opposite.
No doubt. You're right, man. And thanks. I know when we was thinking of a topic, we were texting each other, and this is really in my heart. So I really thanks, Joe, for like giving me the space to to have this topic, to discuss this topic today, man. Because the last few weeks, I'm just like, I just been seeing a lot of brothers struggling, and the thing that they all have in common that I noticed, unfortunately, is that no one's asking for help, no one's reaching out, and it's like they're suffering in silence, and like you said, it's that manhood thing, like, we're not supposed to ask for help, you know, with it's showing some type of weakness if we do ask for help. And especially, and touched on men of color. I mean, I'm a man of color, so are you, and we went through it. And we're supposed to be this protector. You know what I mean? This we take care of everyone else. You know, we're not supposed to show weakness. So we don't tell anybody what we're going through. So we're going through this addiction, we're suffering, we're having all these issues, but we're not speaking to anybody. We're not telling anybody what's going on. And I just remember going through my early addiction where, I didn't reach out to anybody. And, I'm just suffering in silence, and I'm messing up my marriage, messing up, not being a good dad, good father, messing up at work. And you just think if we go and ask for help sooner rather than later, we could overcome those hurdles and those issues, those obstacles. And and I just see it's something I really wanted to touch on because not even clients, and then I go around and speak to at different rehabs and stuff in places, and it's just that the suffering. And then when I also noticed that you do get a little help, and I see guys sober for maybe a month or 2 months or a few weeks even, then I go, I'm good. You know what I mean? So it's like they get the help and then they feel a little better, and then that's like they don't want the help anymore. So it's like, we have to work in a sobriety. It's a continuous process. You know what I mean? So we just really want to get the word out to brothers that, you really need to help. It's a courageous thing to ask for help. And you are helping others when you help yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And you can't help others unless you help yourself. You got to be the first person you help.
Right.
So you got to be able to admit that shit. I'm not going to be able to do this on my own. And I know for me it was a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of and also just not being ready, and not really wanting to go out there and make a change within myself. Because until I realized that shit, man, I want to make a change. Right, I wasn't able to really, ask for help because there was no change from within me that wanted to happen. And it had to start with wanting to make that change first. That was the first hurdle that had to get hit before I said, damn, you know what? I really got to start making a change. And I know I'm not going to do this on my own because, man, I tried so many times my way. My way don't work. I got to raise my hand and say, shit, I can't do this alone. Somebody help me. I need to see how somebody else is doing this in order for me to take it to the next level, right? Whether it came in sobriety, whether it came in building a business, whatever it was. So I'm curious, though, when it came for you, what was your struggle for asking for help? And, how did you come to that conclusion that, damn, you know what? I do have to ask for help because I'm not going to do this on my own.
Yeah, I just remember a time where, and again, things just got so bad. And I remember I had a feeling, I knew we know ourselves. We know when things are out of control. So again, I try to control the disease. I was like, no, I got this. I don't need any help, or, I'm fine, or I'll get sober for a month. I'm good. And then, because I didn't work on the tools or work on my recovery, I was back to the bottle weeks later. But finally, I just realized, I wasn't, and it's really, I think you look at what's important to you. And even my darkest times, my daughters were always so important to me, you know what I mean? And just being there for them. And when things are out of control, where I saw I wasn't being a good father, or even being a good husband at one point, I was like, I knew I needed help, so that's when I reached out. And then reaching out, that's still a process. When you get help, you still have to, like I said earlier, it's a continuous process. You have to continue. It's not, and also I would get help, then, think I got it. Then again, go back to the same vicious cycle. But I think where really, when I really buckled down and, it's like, that's it, is like, I thought of my daughters. I thought of, that's it. My aunt passed away of the disease, alcoholism. And I was like, you know what? I can't not be there for them. You know what I mean? I cannot be there for the people that need me. And so I was like, I had to commit, like you said earlier, you have to want to do it. You know, you can say all you want that I want to get sober, I want to change my life, I want to do this, I want to do that. But if you don't commit to it and take the actions, nothing's going to change. And I'll be honest, I would always say that I want to get sober, but I didn't really want to get sober. You know what I mean? If I was honest with myself, you know, there was times I would tell myself that, but I didn't commit to it or back it up with the action. So that's another thing, like you said earlier, you have to want to do it, like truly want to do it. And that wanting to do it means committing to doing what it takes to, you know, to change.
Yeah, man, that commitment is big because you could say it to you blue in the face, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change. But unless you show that commitment, unless you're really committed to change and what it takes to change, peeling that onion back, take stock of who you are and change what's within, then man, that change will never happen. And that commitment is vital to that success for that change. And you mentioned it about the kids, man, and wanting to make sure that, you know, I change for my kids because, man, it's so important to be that lead example to show your children that it's okay to ask for help in whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're looking to be successful in. And also in our situation, right, to break that curse, to break that chain that existed in our family of addiction and death in the family, and to show our children how powerful it is to make that change and be the one who's the trendsetter for the family to make that change. Man, that's powerful. And to be able to leave that within the legacy, I mean, that was something I was signing up for, man, because I wanted my kids to know there's a better way. There's a better way than to turn to drugs and alcohol and have that be, the end all be all, because it ran rampant in my family. You know, I had two uncles that passed away. My mom passed away. So it runs deep, and to break that chain, to be free from that, man, is such a blessing. It's such a blessing to be able to really rewire the brain and change the way we think, because that's what it takes, right? It's a rewiring of the brain and really changing that thought pattern, because our thoughts becomes emotions and feelings become our results, and that becomes our reality. So to change that all in all, but it all starts from saying, you know what, I need help. I don't want to do this on my own. I want the support network. I want to see how other people did it so I could learn from their mistakes and I don't make those same mistakes through my journey. It is so vital to being successful in that journey of making a change. And asking for help too, man, because somebody's got to do it, right? And if you have other people in your bloodline who end up passing away for a certain reason, for now we're talking alcoholism, drug addiction, and you're changing that pattern by first raising up and saying, you know what, I'm going to ask for help because I don't want to end up like the people that were ahead of me ended up. I don't want to be like that. I want to change that.
Right, yeah, no doubt. And yeah, like you said, it ran rampant in my family too. So I saw men in my family deal with addiction. I saw women in my family deal with addiction. So my father. And none of them got the help they needed. So, and like you said, we're breaking that chain of addiction in the family. And again, it starts with standing up and getting help. That wasn't whether it was available for them or they didn't know about it or they didn't take advantage of it. My aunt, my father, uncles that passed, it wasn't that they weren't able to experience getting help, dealing with their traumas. And like you said, all it does is pass down generation to generation. Now, the great thing about what we were able to do is get the help, and now it can stop there. I mean, it doesn't have to keep passing down. Like our children don't have to see us drinking and drugging or going through tough times because of an addiction. Their cousins and all the rest of the family doesn't have to see that. Now they can see us as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as leaders. You know what I mean? So they see us in a different light than what we saw our elders in our family, who they were. You know what I mean? Or what they went through, what they suffered through. So But again, that comes with, like you said, getting the help we need and the support we need to make the change.
Yeah.
Dealing with those traumas that we had from seeing all of this from our family, from being my aunt died, my aunt passed away, my father passed away, you know, uncles, you know, cousins addicted, drugs, alcohol. Now, you know, we're breaking that curse, you know, and it could stop with us. And now we could be those leaders where that's not even a part of our family anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why it's so important as men. And I know, and it's all men, but definitely men of color. It just runs in, you know, I think in our, because our culture, it's like, you know, you never say that you never need to say you need help. Be strong, you know, stand up. But I mean, being strong is sometimes get doing what you need to do to be a better leader, a better man. And suffering in silence and suffering in disease, it's no way you could become the best you, the best version of you, the best man you could be, unless you resolve that issue of the addiction that you have. And this is for, like you said, you can't help anyone else unless you help yourself first. So all the brothers out there, you know, I'm begging you, I'm asking you to, you know, commit to it and then get the help you need. There's no shame. Yeah, and your children, your family, they'll look up to you as a leader. It takes courage and leadership to realize there's an issue and make a change. I have a great relationship with my daughters now. They look up to me because I got help and change. You know what I mean? Family members look up to me now. Now I could be that leader that we are supposed to be. You know, before my addiction, I could say all I wanted to. I was a man and I'm a leader, but I wasn't. I wasn't leading when I was in addiction, when I was drinking. You know, that was controlling me. The addiction was my leader. I was being led by that. Now, with getting help and becoming sober, now I'm the leader that I wanted to be, that I needed to be for the rest of my family. But until then, brothers, unless we get the help and the support we need, that will never happen. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, I know it's a lot of brothers out there struggling, a lot of men out there struggling. Like, we need to stop trying to be so, you know, rah, like, I don't need help, I got this. Nah, this is addiction is powerful, man, and surrender. You know, stop trying to control it and thinking you got it. I don't want to hear any more of those stories, Joe. I don't want to go around to places and hear these stories. Then I'm talking to the same brothers again, weeks later, a month later. Like, we gotta commit to it, change, and just make the people, your daughters, your sons, your wives, your spouses, they'll look up to you. You know what I mean? You know, guarantee if you could, you know, work at it and make that change. You know.
Yeah, man. There's so many options out there now to go and get help. There's no excuse. You know, there's no excuse. If you really want to make a change, then that change starts within you, and you have the power within you to make that change. But you got to want it. You got to go and get it. And there's so many different options out there. You could go to meetings, you could go to rehabs. I mean, they're all over the place. So if you
therapy if you need it, you know?
Therapy, it's all out there. You know, there's so many different options to get that help. And if you're struggling with substance abuse, and also the same thing, like if you're struggling with, you know, with whatever it is, there's therapy out there. Whether it's gambling, sex, shopping, overeating. I mean, there's so many different vices that people go to try to, you know, hide the pain that they're going through. And you don't have to live like that. That's not a way to live life. There's a better way to live life, where you create your own destiny. You're not allowing a substance to create your destiny. Right. You're controlling what you're doing, because remember, you have that power within you to do whatever it is you put your mind to, right? So don't let some vice control you and think that this is the way you got to live your life. Because I'm telling you right now, the other side of that, what it ends up as, life being unmanageable, things being in disarray, you're not living to your fullest potential, all of that shit ain't a way to live life, man. I lived on both sides. And I'm telling you right now, being on the side where you're controlling your own destiny is a lot better than allowing a substance to control your destiny and to control how you live your life. You want to break free from that, man.
Exactly.
So, but it all starts with asking for help, man. Don't be ashamed. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, when you raise your hand and say you need help for something, it makes you a stronger individual because you're admitting to your faults and admitting that you need help on something to be able to grow, to be able to prosper, to be able to really unlock your fullest potential. And man, that's powerful right there. It's a lot more powerful than sitting on the sideline and saying, you know what, let me be in shame, let me be embarrassed, let me not go up and ask for help, let me try to do this on my own and keep spinning your wheels, ending up in the same situation. It's the definition of insanity, man. No need to do it. Don't keep trying the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Try a different result. Go and get help, because I'm telling you right now, the change within you is there, and what's on that other side, so much more powerful, so much more clarity, so much more freedom on that other side of help, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Couldn't tell about it myself, man.
So yeah, man, it's been dope as usual, bro. I'm grateful to have you as somebody to be able to go on this journey with and be able to give strength and hope and be able to give back what we've been given, because we've been given a gift, man. And if we don't give it back, we're being selfish. So thank you for everyone who joined up, who on today and listened in. And we'll be back next week, man.
Definitely. Joe, my brother, thank you, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Same here, bro.
All right, man. See you
right,
next
everyone.
week. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, man. I think we're still live. So.